Hello, I am Peyton Ratzer, and I am a senior in high school. I'm currently enrolled in Matsu Middle College pursuing an engineering degree for software engineering. Everyone has things about their life that represent different parts of them, whether it be places in time, things about them, hobbies, personality traits. Anything can really be represented by an object. But a large part of objects represent things like past, present, and future, who someone was, who they are now, and who they hope to be in the future. And I have prepared a bag that has three objects that represent precisely those three things for me. We have, in our brown bag, an Xbox controller. Now, an Xbox controller might seem like a weird object, but all it represents for me is really all the free time that I spent playing video games when I first moved to Alaska, around 10 years ago. Back where I used to live, there used to always be things to do. It used to always be sunny out. There was always cool drives you could go on in the car up in the mountains. There were just more things to do, more ways to spend your free time. And I also had neighbors back then, which I don't really have neighbors now. And when I was younger, I would play with all my neighbors and go outside and run around a lot. But I couldn't do that in Alaska because being stuck inside for winter, for 8 months, being stuck inside makes that pretty hard. I used to use it to de-stress and spend free time a lot, which I still do sometimes now, but not quite as much at all, because I've found a lot of better ways to do so, doing things like hanging out with my girlfriend, or spending time with a friend group, doing things during the summer, and skiing, sledding, doing whatever during the winter, whenever it's available. Now, second thing in the bag is a Rubik's Cube. And the reason why a Rubik's Cube sort of represents me is it represents college life in general. College life, every single day is different. Every single day is a puzzle. Future plans are so hard to plan for. Doing what you expect in the future is not always easy, and preparing what college to go for, preparing letters of recommendation, admission requirements, everything is all really confusing in both high school and college. Learning new classes every single semester, things that you haven't done, concepts that you haven't learned, and new schedules every single semester also makes it really hard to set a sleep schedule, get a really set schedule down in general. And that's why I think a Rubik's Cube perfectly exemplifies that, how every single day is different, every single day is a puzzle, like a maze. Now, my last object is a NASA hat. And the reason why this represents me is it represents future job opportunities for me. As a aspiring engineer, things working out like NASA. You could get a software job, you could get a mechanical job. There are various engineering field jobs at NASA, which is what I am aiming to be. And so a NASA hat represents that. And I want to be an engineer mainly to get a high-paying job to support a family in the future, living in comfort without having to worry about monetary issues or things like that, which is why the NASA hat represents the type of job I want to have in the future, what I'm pursuing currently, and where my future I aim for it to go. So overall, this Xbox controller, this Rubik's Cube, and this NASA hat exemplify my past, present, and future when I used to play video games much more. They were my sole de-stressor, my sole use of free time. Whereas now, I do other things, change my present, but now that I'm in the present, every single day is more challenging, more like a maze, like high school or college, like a Rubik's Cube is, like a puzzle. And all of it will be worth it in the future, and I know that for sure because I will end up being an engineer, having a paying job for a good family in the future. Thank you.